At the desolate edge of the village, the old mansion stood like a silent sentinel, its iron gates rusted shut by decades of neglect. Locals spoke in hushed tones of the woman's wailing that haunted the midnight air, a sound that chilled the very marrow of those who heard it. But 16-year-old Arav scoffed at these old wives' tales. To him, they were nothing more than ghost stories designed to scare children. To prove his bravery to the world, he arrived at the perimeter wall at the stroke of midnight, his flashlight beam cutting a lonely path through the suffocating fog. As he dropped onto the overgrown lawn, the air grew thick with the taste of damp earth and ancient decay. Every step over the shattered floorboards echoed like a gunshot in the hollow hallway. Dust motes danced frantically in his light, while rows of portraits lined the walls. Their painted eyes seemed to follow him, tracking his every movement with a cold, judgmental stare. Suddenly, a rhythmic thud, thud, thud vibrated through the floor beneath his feet. It was coming from above. Arav gripped his flashlight until his knuckles turned white, forcing his legs to ascend the rotting, skeletal staircase. At the top of the stairs, a heavy oak door creaked open on its own, inviting him into a room shrouded in deep, velvet shadows. In the very center stood a cracked, floor-to-ceiling mirror. Arav approached it slowly, his breath hitching in his chest, his heart hammering like a trapped bird against his ribs. He turned the light toward the glass, but as he looked into the silvered surface, his blood turned to ice. His own reflection was gone. The mirror showed the room, but he was invisible within it. Then, he saw her. An old woman stood directly behind his shoulder, her lips curled into a jagged, frozen smile that reached from ear to ear. Arav spun around, gasping for air, but the room was empty. There was no one there. Then, a cold, raspy whisper crawled directly from the mirror's surface. "You are part of the collection now." The next morning, the villagers found the mansion's front door swinging aimlessly in the wind. They searched every dusty room and every dark corner, but Arav had vanished without a trace. The only thing left behind was his flashlight, lying alone on the floorboards. Its light was still flickering weakly, a dying pulse in the heavy, empty silence of the house.